Hello everyone, welcome to Sunburned. Albino plays the Ace Attorney Trilogy, episode 17. It's been a couple days, been a little bit busy, been a little bit dealing with stuff. But we're back, and we're gonna do it like nothing's happened, because nothing has happened. Let's keep going. Now we just talked, if I remember, we just talked to the dude who was like, I don't even know how to refer to him. Like, I don't know what his deal is. I just don't know what to do. I don't think we're supposed to talk to him anymore. I believe we're supposed to go possibly to the detective agency. Although if we're not... Oh no, okay, yeah, here we go. Hey, pal. Long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. Yeah? You know the boat rental shop down at Gourd Lake? Oh, yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh? How'd you... that was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Lotta Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Sounds suspicious. Detective Gumshoe, please, help us. Huh? We need to know about the DL6 incident. That was when Edgeworth's father died. I can't help but think that it has something to do with this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file. So, I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? However... Oh, DualShock 4 battery level low, good sign. It'll last, though. However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. Okay, so then we would have to present him with some evidence. Sorry to disappoint you, I'm drawing a blank. God damn it, fine. What did we just get? Second lake photo. Parrot? What's that? A parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget DL6! Squawk! Huh? I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would that old man know about the DL6 incident? Wait, what if that old man was connected to DL6? Nick, you think he might be? I get you. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Through there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. All right! Way to go, Detective Gumshoe! Okay, Nick, to the records room! I guess it's time we faced Edgeworth's past. Oh, here we go! We're making a headway like nobody's business right now. Progress is progress. Wow! It's amazingly dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff, quick! 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick, I found out where the file is. Oh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. Give me the case summary. Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary. Right. Summary, found it. Here you go. December 28th, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. I see. Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours? That would be scary like that in the dark. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator, and the survivors were unconscious. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said that his father was shot before his very eyes, so Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in that elevator. Do you have data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? Yeah, hold on. Victim, here, found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Huh, sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Got any data on the suspect in there? That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi? He was a clerk in the court, apparently. So he must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent, thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond? The victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? He may be closer than we think. Oh, is that old man Yanni Yogi? Oh my goodness. I guess I know generally what happened in DL6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? DL6 case file. Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. I don't know. Is he gonna bring his parrot? And then we could just talk to the parrot? Seems like the only way we'd actually make any progress. Be like, okay, he won't bring his parrot, but like halfway through we'll be like, I called Polly to the stand! And the judge is gonna be like, excuse me? We'd be like, no, I swear, it's important, come on. And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, this whole game is like a farce legally anyway, so might as well just have a parrot on stand. Also, people have told me that Von Karma is German, but like, I'm already like knee-deep in this voice, so I'm not gonna change it now, on the last day. Is this the last day? It might not be the last day, but could be. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statements, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah! Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Oh yeah, because your last witness was so decisive too, bruh. Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yup. Yup, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? My, memory... Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? Dude, this is such a farce. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant where I, rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang! Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just, floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang! Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. Mr. Wright? What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. What an idiot. Alright, it was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep, yeah, that is true. We know that to be a fact. Just after midnight. Yeah, that was taken 12:15. That would be just after midnight, wouldn't it? Indeed it would. Okay, what do you got? I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. At midnight, though? I mean, that's true, you do rent boats. We should press this anyway. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith? The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Then I heard a bang. Yep. Dude, we still have no idea about the first bang. When apparently, like, the second bang is the killing bang. That's what everybody keeps saying, is the second bang is when people actually see a flash of light and then the dude falls out of the boat. So what's the first bang? The first bang is like a nothing bang. What kind of nothing bang is it? Do we still have the, No, we don't have the air tank as evidence anymore. Alright, then. I guess we'll just press that. And where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figure there was 2 men out there. Yup. How do you figure that if you can't see them clearly? But you couldn't see them clearly. Yup. At the time, that is. At the time. Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total? Yup. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. By your window? Yup, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Well, obviously we press that now. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith! He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy! This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! Humph. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen! You gotta listen to me! I was there in the park the night of the murder! I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it! Remembered what? The gunshot! I heard it too! Order! What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided! I call for adjournment! One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did! A gunshot that night! I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony, then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right! I'll testify! Let me testify! Order! Order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over!
Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this.
She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse.
You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now! What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Oh my god. Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night?
Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake.
Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night.
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
Huh, you say something right?
Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth? There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
I see.
Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Court is now back in session. Witness. Please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
Alright, that night I was out in a boat on the lake. Yes, I was looking for something and I found it. Yeah, okay, alright.
Looking for something?
Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with.
So quietly slipped the boat back into the rental shop dock. Around what time was that?
Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12 o'clock. Yeah. You're not sure?
Hey, don't give me that face! I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry.
Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang.
Where did the sound come from?
Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked.
Looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts.
Whoa! Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case! Humph. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Okay, so here's his testimony. He was out on the boat of the lake. He only heard one shot, but he went home before 12:15 then. And everybody's saying the second gunshot was at 12:15, and you can see that the second gunshot was at 12:15. So he only heard one gunshot. So he's saying that the gap between gunshots was at least 15 minutes then. So then the other dude would have heard the first gunshot and then looked out the window and just stared out the window for 15 minutes? Like, without seeing, like, you know, like, dude, you would have been done by then. So you wouldn't have seen any shot. You would have saw no shot. Wouldn't have happened. Okay, that night I was out in a boat on the lake. I mean, yeah, you were. I was looking for something, I found it. Dude, like, you can't contradict that, because he's just being vague. He's not lying, he's just... Plus, we don't even have the, you know, the air tank or anything, so we wouldn't, like, clarify that way. So keep going. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. I mean, yeah, what else would you have done with the boat? Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. You heard a bang. Lada's deposition is that she heard two sounds like gunshots just after midnight on 12/25. Is that the end? No, there's more. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Well, that can't be right. Like, there has to have been a boat, though. That was taken automatically at 12:15. But that's not gonna do it then. Oh, second lake photo shows an empty lake, taken automatically at 11:50. The second lake photo actually confirms that, not denies it. That was taken at 11:50. Because he said he went out, like, at midnight, or, like, he got back at midnight. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. I mean, he's sweating at that line, so you would think. Lotta's deposition? Yes! First try! Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please! Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones. Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Yeah? Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost! Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Alright, let's see that. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor! The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. Yeah. Why not? So you turned on the radio? Right! I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone! I shouldn't have said anything. That's why I was listening to an all requests show on the radio, see? Okay. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night? I was listening to a real booming loud, like... Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on? Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. No, I can't prove it, but I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Okay, what was it? What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Also, why did he say she? Like, why would you assume that? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask? We should care because that would... You could like pull up like a recording of the radio or something and like know exactly what time shit was said, so then you would know exactly what time the first bang happened. Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Ooh, that would have been like within 5 minutes of midnight then, right? Within a minute? Within 5 minutes? Within 10 minutes? Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Sure, remember exactly what the DJ was saying. Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. This is the important thing, but then it's like, we're looking for like a contradiction or something that supports this now, or? It's almost Christmas. That would have been like, okay, so what's the thing that says 11:50? Second light photo shows 50, 11:50. None of that. Just after midnight. It's almost Christmas when I heard the gun. Then Lotta's deposition would get rid of that too, because it said 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight, but when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," that would have been before midnight, where the first shot happened. So would we use Lotta's deposition again? As a contradiction? I guess that we would. Dude, I am killing it right now! Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed. And? Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the 2 testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! Order! What does this mean? The 2 prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him, suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, What do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. And we can use that empty lake photo to prove it. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Would it be... I mean, I don't know if that would actually do it, but... A gunshot before midnight. I will tell you, alright? It's very simple, okay? I know the answer, and it is an obvious... Before midnight. So to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected. Faces the lake. Well, but this didn't take a picture before midnight, did it? Or maybe, you know, if it's not timed, then anybody could have just said, oh, you know, it was after midnight, probably. Look at this photograph. Dude, I'm amazing. I'm so good. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Oh yeah, that's right, it did come from her camera. So then it was timestamped, and that's 11:50 and there's no bun on the lake. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear! Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Let's see, can we prove that? The loud noise detected faces the lake. Empty lake taken automatically at 11:50 p.m. 11:50 is the loud noise. So what happened at 11:50? No, okay. Because Larry went to go, his Steel Samurai thing, like, you know, blew up or whatever. That was like an hour, because he said he was on the lake for an hour looking for that thing. So that noise wouldn't have done it. The ballistics markings match the murder weapon's barrel. And then we're just saying that the time of death was sometime on the 24th or 25th, but we know for a fact that the 11:50 shot was not what killed him, because he was still on the boat, and we still have 2 men on the boat at 12:15. So it's not that. 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight. Metal detector, parrot. I'm not seeing the evidence. I'm not seeing what it would be. The camera by itself doesn't prove it. It just proves that there was a loud noise. The autopsy report doesn't prove it. The lake photo doesn't prove it, because that's after 11:50. Like, you know, I'll go through it one by one. The second lake photo shows an empty lake taken automatically on 12/24 at 11:50 p.m., but that doesn't prove that the noise was a gunshot. Misty face photo has nothing to do with it. Gordy article has nothing to do with it. The overhead map. Look at this map. It's got nothing to do with it either. We knew that the giant life form was this Steel Samurai thing. I don't know, man. No, because his freaking thing blew up. That was like, I don't understand. The giant life form appears, like, I still don't get why we could prove that Gordy was fake because of the Steel Samurai doll, when the doll went in the lake yesterday. And he searched for it for like an hour. Or did the doll go in the lake like 4 days ago and it took him 4 days to find it? I don't buy it, man. Fired 3 times. Would the pistol, the fact that it's fired 3 times, would that do it? This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Ooh, I did it right again. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Oh yeah. And that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.